you're in your 20s, your biggest advantage isn't money, it's time. And most people, they waste it chasing validation instead of value. But here's the truth. You don't need to have 6 figures in your bank account in order to become rich. It all starts with you learning the skills that prints money. We're talking about sales, marketing, communication, and public speaking. Those are the things that will help you to leverage and create passive as well as wealth in your bank account. When you're in your 20s, you will see that most people spend their lifetime flexing for short-term clout, but the key is to actually build something that your future self will thank you for. If you're in your 20s and you want to become rich, these are some of the tips that I'll be sharing today that will help you to make that move in your 20s. The first one is your mindset. Wealth starts in your head before it starts in your bank account. And if you want to become wealthy, you have to understand that it takes habits. It also takes a certain amount of discipline in order to set yourself up for success. The key is to stop thinking short-term and start thinking long-term. Becoming wealthy isn't luck, and you have to learn from the people who already created that path, and learning from those people includes you reading books, listening to podcasts, and being disciplined about things that the wealthy does versus the poor mindset would do. That is the first thing that you want to do. Change your mindset, change your habit, become disciplined, and you will see your life starting to change. After you have created a good mindset or a growth mindset, the next thing that you want to do is to invest. Investing isn't a one-size-fits-all. You have to know exactly where you're putting your money in and diversify your portfolio. So if you're doing ETFs or if you're doing the S&P 500, you can also do real estate. Investing is not just putting your money into one place. It's about diversifying that money so it can work for you in different areas. One of my top recommendations is investing into the S&P 500, where you have the option to invest into 500 different stocks. What will happen is that if one stock drops, you will have advantage of another stock going up, which means that your money still has the advantage of growing. When you're in your 20s, it is time to take advantage of investing because it means that you have more year for your money to grow and to work for you. And the key is to become wealthy. And one of the ways in order to become wealthy is to start investing early and as often as you can. The next thing that you want to do when you're in your 20s and you want to become financially free or you want to become rich is to invest into learning high income skills. When you just get started in your 20s, maybe you're working a 9-to-5 job, maybe you're trying to get by and try to make ends meet. But you have to keep in mind that one source of income is next to none, which means that you have to learn side hustles, you have to create skills that will help you to make more money. And here is a popular quote by Warren Buffett. If you don't learn to make money while you sleep, you will work until the day you die. So the key is for you to start small and build momentum. If you're working a 9-to-5 job, you will take some of those hours later in the evening to do some freelance work that will help you to make money that you can use for your freedom. But the key isn't to trade your time for money. The key is to create incomes that will basically work for you even while you sleep. So you can look at creating a social media profile that will help you to gain audiences that you can monetize even without you lifting a finger. Another thing you can do is create an ebook or a course. When you create that course once, you can sell it repeatedly without you lifting a finger, and that is how you create a passive income stream. The key is not to rely on one source of income, but to create multiple income streams in the event that you are being laid off. The next thing that you want to do is once you have accumulated all those passive income streams, you can start your own business. Another way to get wealthy in your 20s is ownership. When you own assets and when you own companies, that is when real financial freedom starts for you because you no longer have to go to your 9-to-5 job. You no longer have to trade your time for money, but you have things that are bringing in profits for you. And that is where you will be able to see that you own your time, your energy, and your decision. When you start your own business, you can leverage income without your presence. You can employ people, you can create systems that will basically make money for you. Starting a business may not be simple, but with the right skills, the right people, and the right systems, you'll be able to scale it, which means that you don't have to spend time working in the business, but focusing on other important stuff like developing your personal brand. And that is what we're going to go into next. Developing your personal brand is crucial these days, especially for social media. We're living in a digital age, and when you create a personal brand, you're also putting yourself out there to make millions of dollars in your account. Think about it. How many TikTokers do you see are making thousands of dollars per month? I'm sure you've seen a lot of them, even in their 20s. And that is the key. When you put yourself out there, create valuable content, and is able to get trusted in the space, you'll be able to make a lot of money. Now, while building your personal brand, it is important for you to network with other people so that you leave a mark on social media and in their minds. And this is one of the things I've learned over the years. When you build connections, it's so important for you as an individual because people are able to identify you as a person of that source of information or that type of person to do business with. So you can network with people on LinkedIn. You can network with people on social media in the space that you're in. If you're someone that's creating a particular content, you want to reach out to the persons that are in your space. The thing is about building a community. It's never about competing. And the more you actually build your network together, the more exposure you will get. There are so many benefits when you actually collaborate with other creators. It opens door for your audiences to know about your collaboration. It also opens more opportunity for their audience to learn about you. So the last thing that you want to do in order to maintain your wealth is to make sure that you're leaving a mark into other people's mind by networking. Because one of the most important things is to be known for something good, but when you are creating wealth, it's all about the value that you bring at the end of the day. The key when building your success is never about how much income you can make, but it's about the impact that you've created in the world. And a part of that comes through your networking and collaboration. And that is why it's so important that in your 20s, you want to make those connections, whether it may be with mentors, people that you have seen on social media, people in your network. It is important for you to network. That is one of the ways that you can actually grow your presence and also stay relevant. And that is the key towards becoming rich in your 20s. If you guys enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Also, please remember to subscribe to this channel, turn on your post notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my videos. And I'll see you in my next video.